How much does a person have to see before they know that a change has to come? How much sickness? How much death? How much desperation? This is Malawi, Africa, a beautiful country, but a country where sickness, death, and desperation are all too common. More than 1 in 10 persons between the ages of 15 and 49 are infected with HIV/AIDS, and close to half of the estimated 2 million orphans were orphaned due to this disease. Malaria, cholera, TB, and other diseases are common killers. At the One5 Foundation, our goal is to help eradicate the major killers of children in developing countries. So in the spring of 2009, we made our first trip to Africa to see for ourselves the desperate medical situation. In the fall of 2009, we sent a second team of medical personnel to Malawi to help take our efforts to the next level. And it was on that trip, through one specific event, that our purpose for being there, our purpose for even existing, suddenly became more defined and even took on a name.
We came here to Salima District Hospital, and as soon as we got here, one of the nurses came out and grabbed Peter and says, "Hey, we have a child here who's crashing. Can you please come see her?" And we got in, and it was a 1.5-year-old little girl that her mother walked over 40 miles to get here. She'd been sick since last week, and more than likely she had malaria. We got in, and it was obvious she was not doing well.
Getting faint.
We tried for about 30 minutes to get an IV and get her some oxygen. To be quite honest, as soon as we got the IV in and got the oxygen on her, I noticed she looked like she was about to go down and had a faint pulse, and she just stopped breathing. So we did CPR on her for 5 minutes to no avail, and she passed. The tragic part of this loss, the tragic part of this death, is that this is 100% preventable and treatable. The fact that this child, this mom, had to carry her baby, 40 miles over a 2 or 3 day period just to get treatment, having no education system there in the community she lives in, educating her to be able to identify signs and symptoms of malaria, or even having preventative measures such as something as so simple as mosquito net. Unfortunately, that contributed to an unnecessary death of a little girl today. And these are interventions that can be put in place that can alleviate this sort of death.
Here are the facts. Thousands of children die every year in Malawi from malaria. AIDS is being passed on to the next generation simply through childbirth. 1 of every 8 women die in childbirth, often due to the lack of adequate facilities. Babies often die during or shortly after birth due to poor facilities. Local clinics, if they exist, are filled to capacity with at least 2 children on every bed, and patients often lying on the floor. If this was the end of the story, it would be a sad tale, but it's not. This is a story of hope, and it's only the beginning. Did I mention that Malawi was beautiful? It is a land filled with caring, loving people. Like us, they want their sons and daughters to live long, fruitful lives. Like us, they want to live without pain. And like us, they want to smile, sing out, and simply enjoy the life that God has given to them. Here's where it starts. This is the beginning stages of the Portalia Village project in Salima, Malawi. This is where a new compound is being developed that will eventually include not only a clinic, but a school, an orphanage, and a church. And here is the best part. Our goal is to make the entire village self-sustaining through economic development. Today it is a project that has suddenly become more real with every swing of a pick and every dig of a shovel. Can a few mosquito nets change lives? Yes, they can. Can having a simple oxygen machine and clean facilities make a difference? Yes, they can. Our wish is to provide these people with all these things and more. And what do they wish for? We'll let them tell you.
No more malaria.
No more HIV/AIDS.
No more cholera.
No more HIV/AIDS.
Clean drinking water.
Basic medical care.
Hope.
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 Life.